The conference room erupted in barely contained snickers as Dr. Marcus Rivera unveiled his latest creation. On the polished mahogany table sat what appeared to be a child's toy soldier set. Dozens of miniature figures no taller than a matchstick, arranged in perfect military formation. "Gentlemen," Rivera announced to the Board of Global Defense Industries, "I present Project Tiny Army." Chairman William Hayes barely suppressed a laugh. "Doctor, with all due respect, we're facing real threats from hostile nations. We need serious military solutions, not toys." The other board members exchanged amused glances. CFO Sarah Mitchell tapped her pen impatiently. "Dr. Rivera, we've invested millions in your research division. This better not be some elaborate joke." Rivera's weathered face remained stone-cold serious. "What you see before you represents the future of warfare. Each figure is a fully functional combat unit, equipped with advanced weaponry and tactical intelligence." "They're plastic dolls," scoffed General Thompson, the military liaison. "How exactly do plastic dolls threaten anyone?" Rivera picked up a small remote control. "These aren't plastic, General. They're bioengineered organic compounds housing the most advanced AI ever created. But more importantly," he paused dramatically, "they contain actual human consciousness." The laughter died instantly. "Impossible," whispered Hayes, leaning forward. Rivera pressed a button on the remote. Suddenly, the tiny soldiers began moving with fluid, purposeful motions. They shouldered microscopic weapons, formed tactical positions, and one even appeared to salute the shocked executives. "The process is called neural compression," Rivera explained, his voice steady despite the stunned silence. "We can take a soldier's complete consciousness, memories, skills, personality, and compress it into a quantum storage unit no larger than a grain of sand. These units are then integrated into biomechanical bodies." Mitchell's face had gone pale. "You're saying there are actual people inside those things?" "Former soldiers who volunteered for the program," Rivera confirmed. "Men and women who served their country and chose to continue serving in a new form. Each retains their full tactical training, combat experience, and strategic thinking." General Thompson stood abruptly, his chair scraping against the floor. "This is madness. You've shrunk human beings." "I've revolutionized warfare," Rivera countered. "These soldiers are virtually undetectable. They can infiltrate anywhere, survive conditions that would kill normal troops, and coordinate with the precision of a hive mind while maintaining individual human creativity and adaptability." One of the tiny figures stepped forward and spoke in a voice so small it was barely audible, yet unmistakably human. "Sir, Sergeant Williams reporting. This form may be different, but my commitment to protecting this nation remains unchanged." The room fell into stunned silence. Hayes gripped the table's edge, his knuckles white. "Dear God, they're actually talking." Rivera nodded grimly. Each soldier volunteered knowing the risks. They understood they would be giving up their original bodies but gaining something unprecedented: the ability to serve indefinitely, immune to aging, disease, and conventional weapons. "But they're trapped," Mitchell whispered, horror creeping into her voice. "They're liberated," corrected another tiny voice from the formation. "We can go places no normal soldier could reach. We can survive attacks that would obliterate conventional forces. We are the ultimate special operations unit." General Thompson sank back into his chair, the implications hitting him. An army that could be transported in a briefcase. Soldiers who could infiltrate enemy installations through air vents. Warriors who could survive nuclear fallout and continue fighting. "The enemy nations you're so worried about," Rivera continued, "they'll never see them coming. By the time they realize what they're facing, it will be too late." Hayes stared at the tiny army with a mixture of awe and terror. "How many can you make?" Rivera smiled coldly. "As many as we have volunteers for. And I assure you, there's no shortage of patriots willing to serve their country in this new capacity." The laughter had stopped. The tiny army was no longer a joke. It was the future of warfare, and everyone in that room knew the world would never be the same again.